Okay, hi, fourth grade. Let's do some work to remember how to convert a mixed number to an improper fraction. And once we're done a few problems, we'll switch over to converting an improper fraction to a mixed number. So on your screen, you can see the mixed number, and we read it 5 1/4. Now, the 5 refers to 5 wholes, and 1/4 refers to the fractional pieces, which we have 1/4. Now, with the converting of a mixed number into an improper fraction, we want to take 5, the wholes. We want to convert that into an improper fraction that's a like denominator to our fractional pieces of 1/4. So we want to turn 5 wholes into an improper fraction that has fourths as the denominator. And in order to do that, we're going to take 5 times 4. Pause and think, use those multiplication facts. What is 5 times 4? Did you say 20? You are right. 5 times 4 is 20, and so 5 wholes is equivalent to 20/4. Now, our next step after we've converted, step 1 is to convert the wholes. Our next step, number 2, is to take our now like fractions and add them together. So we have 20/4 and we have 1/4 from the fractional pieces right here. We're going to add those together. We're going to get 21/4. Now, we are going to pause there. This is already in simplest form because there is nothing that is divisible by 21 and 4. But if we did want to simplify, or if we could simplify, we could do that here. That would be step 3. Okay, let's do another one together. Converting a mixed number into an improper fraction. We've got 6 3/8. I want to convert that into an improper fraction. I'm first going to start with my wholes. Step 1 is to start with the wholes. And we want to turn 6 wholes into eighths. Really nice. Now, we're going to multiply these two together. 6 times 8, use those multiplication facts. Did you say 48? Nice job. Step 2, we're going to add our fractional pieces with our new improper fraction. We have 48/8 and 3/8. Pause and think to yourself, what is 48 plus 3? Were you going to say 51? If so, nice job. Okay, now at the end of this, we would simplify for step 3, dividing both the bottom and the top by the same number. But because we're not quite there yet, we won't simplify. Awesome job. Let's convert our let's do some problems where we're doing an improper fraction into a mixed number. So I'm looking at the improper fraction of 17/4. I taught you 2 methods to do this. The first method is thinking about subtracting wholes out of our total improper fraction. So we would take 4/4 away, that's 1 whole, and we would be left with 13/4. We do it again, so that's 1 whole. I'm going to circle it so we keep track of it. We do it again, we get 4/4 taken away from 13/4. We would get 9/4. We can take 4/4 away again, and we would get 5/4, and we can still do it another time. 4/4 taken away from 5/4 is going to give us 1/4. Now, this is a lot of work to subtract wholes each time, but let's see what our answer was. We have 17/4, and we figured out that we had, as you can kind of see here, 4/4. 4/4, that's 2 wholes, 3 wholes, 4 wholes. So we are looking at 4 wholes, and then whatever was left over is your fractional pieces, 1/4. I'm going to show you the shortcut way to do this. This is great and shows you and makes sure that you understand why you're doing what you're doing, but it takes a long time. So I'm going to use the exact same problem. 17/4, and I'm going to show you the division strategy. This is the one that we should probably use because it's going to make our lives a lot easier, so we want to master this one. We're going to divide because that fraction bar means to divide. We want to divide 17 by 4. We want to think to ourselves, how many times does 4 fit into 17? That's the same thing we did up here. We were figuring out how many times does 4 fit into 17 because repeated subtraction is the same thing as division. Okay, 4 fits into 17. I'm using my multiplication facts to help me. 4 times what gets me as close to 17 as possible? I know 4 times 4 gets me 16. So 4 times 4 is 16. I subtract and I get 1. Now I think, can 4 fit into 1? Nope. So that is going to be 4 remainder 1 as my answer. Now this is the tricky part that takes a little bit of memorization. Your quotient, the answer to the division problem, is going to be your wholes. Your remainder is going to be your numerator. I like that because it kind of rhymes a little bit. And the number you're dividing by, the divisor, is going to turn into your denominator. So when we go to convert all of these 3 separate things into a mixed number, our wholes is 4, our numerator is 1, and our denominator is 4. That's a lot faster and a little bit easier. Let's do one final one before I sign off. We're going to convert 23/5 into an improper fraction. What we want to do is we want to divide 23 by 5. We start by thinking, does 5 fit into 2? No, it does not. So does 5 fit into 23? Yes, it does. How many times? 5 times what gets us as close to 23 as possible? 5 times 4 is my closest multiplication fact, and that's going to get me 20. I'm going to subtract, and I'm left with 3. Does 5 fit into 3? Nope. So 3 is our remainder. We're going to convert these 3 pieces. Our wholes, 4 wholes. Our numerator, 3. Our denominator, 5ths. So 23/5 is equivalent to 4 3/5. Nice job, 4th grade.